What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. NASCAR Heat 2, showing you make up a lap here at Watkins Glen to account for that minute 43 I just ran. But I am genuinely excited about NASCAR Heat 3. I say that because the last 2 years this game has came out, there has been a noticeable improvement, and I'm hoping this year they've made enough strides to get it, for the most part, right. Now, I guess to answer the question of the elephant in the room, which is if you want a NASCAR simulation, why aren't you playing iRacing? Well, when NASCAR Racing 2003 was the standard bearer of simulation stock car racing, I was involved in some of the higher level leagues, and because of that, we were actually approached to beta test iRacing, and a combination of things happened. Number one, I burnt myself out on iRacing, beta testing the life out of it, and number two, once the game released, they gave us, I believe it was a free year. And during that year, you have to understand, if you don't know this, I had raced for a good bit of my life, and I was working for race teams at the time. So I understood that there was some success stories, you know, Denny Hamlin, Cale Gale, TJ Majors, all these people that had made it into racing through video games, but it got to the point where everyone in that game thought that iRacing was their ticket to be a NASCAR superstar, and when anything bad happened, all you heard about was how you ruined their non-existent racing career, and it just got to the point where the people in the game made it less fun. So with that said, I've been excited to pick up these games that are relatively easy to play, provide a decent experience, but really just lack consistency in a way. And I'm going to show you what I mean with this clip at Talladega, and I don't want to take a jab at this guy. I have no idea who this guy is, and he probably didn't even know I was recording him, or who I was for that matter. But if you look 2 cars in front, one thing this game does great online is AI. But I've got Tim Cook FRR 78 in front of me, and one of the harder things to do, and a lot of it is the joystick, but one of the hardest things to do at these tracks is to keep the car consistently in a smooth line. Now, I did okay there, and you can see when we talk about the AI, going down a straightaway isn't that bad, and the AI can be, I guess, less than forgiving. So you see, I'm basically just, pushing Kyle Busch down the straightaway. I probably get underneath of him. I have to roll out a little bit because he doesn't give me room. Then I've got everyone behind me just, trying to push me forward where you really shouldn't be pushing in the turns. But you can see there that Tim just has a really hard time keeping that car down. And I'm really, for the most part, having the same issue. We finally get to a point where with an AI car, I can actually draft past him, which is something that in a lot of games you really have a struggle with. But you can tell, again, even entering high, he has a really hard time holding a consistent line, so it makes me concerned to even be beside of him, at no fault to his, and I'm sure in a way he's just as concerned that I'm beside him because he's having that same issue. So with that said, I think they need to really kind of refine the way these controls are, because they are just a bit much. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is, again, going back to the AI, you take a look here at a race at Kentucky, I believe, where I'm running in 4th, and again, the AI does a great job at running in 2nd here, but the AI sometimes gets overly aggressive for no reason. You also have races like this where, for some reason, the AI cars will pit, and now you've got this mix of cars that have pitted, cars that haven't pitted, you're racing online with other people, and it just provides a mess. There's no chat in this game either to let you know when someone's pitting. And here we go, you talk about some of the controls in this game, although there's some lag there. I want you to notice that the 38 car is AI, it's David Reagan, and he's catching me at this point. So I'm drafting with the 2nd place car. And we're actually making some pretty good time towards the leader, who is James Bond, right? So I expect the AI to be there to assist in creating a, I guess, level of competition, not be the worst car on the track. So we go down, obviously 6 laps to go. Here's another AI car just in the way, but nevertheless, we clear it. I want you to watch what happens here. So the 38 tries to go underneath me, and I give him room, so there's like a lane and a half there, and then he just comes up and just, for some reason, contact on my left rear turns me right into the wall. And these are things that kind of continually happen in this game. There is no consistency in when you get hit. I saved it initially, and I don't know how, but then I hooked it back the other way. And that's really what hurts games. I shouldn't have an AI car wrecking me down a straightaway in a game that I'm racing online. Really, shouldn't. I appreciate the fact that they have a really good logic for them to race with you and be competitive, but I mean, listen, being turned down a straightaway in any form of racing is a giant no-no, and theoretically the only person that should be doing it is the actual human being that I'm racing against, and even if he did it, I wouldn't be really excited about it. So to have the AI do it is a whole other level of frustration. So with that said, man, I love to know what you guys think about this. I'm hopefully going to continue to put out these videos, and then I'll be back in the week with more comments.